Hello and welcome to this edition of Fi TV. I'm your host, Brad Swanson. We are coming to you from inside the Florida Capitol during committee weeks leading up to the 2022 Florida legislative session. We are joined by our friend, Representative Daley. Representative, thanks for coming on.
Brad, thanks so much for having me.
All right, so you are passionate about National Guard issues, armed forces. Tell us what you're working on right now.
Sure. So it's a little meaty, but it's a big issue for the state of Florida. So there are only 12,000 troops permitted in our National Guard in Florida. And to increase that level, you've got to get congressional approval. So we're trying to bring all players to the table, put pressure on Congress to increase that level, because those 12,000 troops we're permitted to have are getting burnt out. And it's a real issue. It's a recruiting issue and a retention issue for our state.
So Florida's low right now.
Florida is actually 53rd out of all the states and territories, all 54. We are 53rd in terms of the number of troops we have. So to give you a number breakdown, we have 22 million residents, we have 12,000 troops. The state of Alabama has 4.9 million residents, they have 12,000 troops.
So where would you like to get that number to?
Somewhere closer, probably to about 35,000. That is adequate given the size of our state, our propensity for natural disasters, hurricanes and whatnot, and the federal deployments that our troops have been doing as well.
How long have you been working on this issue?
This goes on for about the last 2 months. I've been working with the National Guard, with the Adjutant General, with Senator Tom Wright in the Senate side. He's going to be my Senate co-sponsor on the memorial that we're pushing to Congress. It's just a really important issue for this state and the safety of this state.
When you think about your congressional players, both on the Democratic side and the Republican side, who are your champions?
Congressman Walz has been great. Congressman Donalds, Congresswoman Wasserman Schultz. It's a bipartisan issue. It's really a nonpartisan issue, right? Because it's safety and security of our state and, candidly, our nation.
Sure. So, what are the next steps? What do you see? You got to pass a bill here in Florida to ratify it?
That's right. So we'll get the memorial through to Congress. We're also sending a joint letter to the Secretary of Defense saying, hey, please review this, right? The safety of our state and our nation is at risk.
Wow, what big issues. You know, I mean, you talk about it, it's meaty, it's a lot. Are veterans or the governor's office, are you seeing support from the president and the speaker's office?
Yes, everybody's been on board. Again, it's really a nonpartisan issue, right? It's the safety of our state and our nation, and that message seems to be resonating loud and clear.
Yeah, well, we know the Guard is such an important presence in the Capitol to remind people about all veterans and Guard issues as well, so thanks for fighting for that. We know you've got other issues, and we know your time is tight, so we definitely want to have you on Fi TV again for those other issues, but for now, we really appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, Brad.
All right, before we get off, we always ask everybody this. When you're not fighting for the free world, your constituents, for a better Florida, for the National Guard, how does Representative Daley take his mind off? What are you streaming? What are you watching?
Ooh, well, okay, hold on. Shameless.
Shameless.
Yeah.
That's a very good. That's a good. All right, well, thanks for. I need to catch up on some episodes, but we'll compare notes.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks. That's all the time we have for this interview. For more great interviews like this one, make sure you hit us up on our social media feed. And for now, thanks for tuning in.